Cosmic Laws, Preface, Revelation. Alone on top of Mount Sinai, Moses had one of the great cosmic revelations of all time. He received the Ten Commandments. I wish I could say the same, but such was not the case when I authorized Douglas Earl Grant to collect cosmic laws from the vast amount of channel communication of ascended masters through me since 1958. In 1960, I joined with L. Moria, Mark, Charles B. Gensel, to establish Mark Age, Inc. in Miami, Florida. After his death in 1981, I continued to be executive director for life, training longtime Mark Age members become the staff of experts. In 1983, Douglas Earl Grant and I had worked out an outline of subjects to be covered in the Geophysics School of the University of Life Division of Mark Age. The subjects dealt with spiritualizing man's relationship with nature, the plant, animal, and mineral kingdom. The central question was, by what means can living beings relate to one another justly and with spiritual consistency? Are there divine rules of life that govern human relationships with animals, plants, and minerals? Are these principles so universal that they apply to animal-plant relationships and plant-mineral relationships as well? If so, these universal or cosmic laws would have to extend to relationships between life forms of Earth and those of other planes, planets, and dimensions, including visitors from other planets. The more I thought about it, the more I became convinced that there had to be a set of divine principles that applied to every individual, no matter where or in what kingdom, that elucidated how to correctly, lovingly relate with one another. In this book we will describe a partial listing, if not a complete one, of spiritual truths so universal that they can be considered cosmic laws. Truth of this stature, once learned, improve not only this life but all future incarnations. This applies whether we reside on this planet or another, in the astral planes or on the etheric planes, from now to eternity, no matter what the situation or the type of life form we are in relationship with. Cosmic laws are the most basic, fundamental ideas of divine mind, the principles through which all have their existence and are sustained. Biblically speaking, they comprise God's will. By comprehending these laws, we can know God's will. These are laws of God: oneness, individuality, polarity, love, creation, integration, transmutation, sacrifice, equality, give and take, free will, non-interference, order, cause and effect, reincarnation, growth and evolution, attraction and repulsion, righteousness, example, balance and harmony, compensation, life and perfection. Created by God as spiritual beings, we already know these laws. We have lived in consonance with them before our present life, and will do so again in future lives. For they are the normal standards for living in the higher realms throughout Spirit's universe. In truth, as we study, meditate on, and incorporate these principles into our daily lives, we are only remembering what we already knew. Throughout history, humankind has been driven, compelled to discover what is behind existence. What is its purpose? What caused life? How? Why? Proof of the timelessness of cosmic laws, and of our quest for them, can be found in the writings or sayings attributed to the great teachers, prophets, philosophers, and scientists of the ages. The universal laws and guidelines given by the masters of the spiritual hierarchy in these modern times, which provide the basis for this book, are the same as those given to other civilizations down through the millennia. For example, in a channeling through me on May 17, 1972, Sananda, prince or spiritual ruler of earth, whose last incarnation was as Christ Jesus of Nazareth, revealed how we may discern whether our actions are based on truth and law. Can you apply the same to the animal, the vegetable, the mineral kingdoms, and the planet itself in order to make this demonstration? The demonstration Sananda refers to as attaining spiritual consciousness and anchoring our I am light body. 2,400 years ago, Socrates, another incarnation of Sananda, was in a Greek jail waiting to be put to death. Nevertheless, as Plato records in Phaedo, he was engaged in a remarkable discussion about reincarnation with another philosopher, Cebes, who was unconvinced of the truth of reincarnation. Socrates conveyed this point to his contemporary. Do not regard the question only as it affects human beings. If you want to understand it readily, but also as it applies to all animals and plants, and in fact, to everything that is born. This book brings together modern channel communication of divine principles, through my instrumentation with guidance that ascended masters in former earth incarnations and other enlightened people taught and wrote. As we shall discover through the course of this study, the consistent transmission of divine truth, laws, and knowledge from age to age is very comforting. It is written in the Tao Te Ching, a compilation of the teachings of Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism, and an incarnation of the master Kut Humi. Let your wheels move only along old ruts. If we wish to remain comfortable and stay in a rut, then why not let our habits conform to the oldest and deepest ruts at all, the eternal laws of God? Oneness, individuality, polarity, love, creation, integration, transmutation, sacrifice, equality, give and take, free will, non-interference, order, cause and effect, reincarnation, growth and evolution, attraction and repulsion, righteousness, example, balance and harmony, compensation, life, perfection. Let us familiarize ourselves with these principles, because they will never become obsolete. Some of us have known of these laws, or some of them, and have lived in agreement with them for a long time. For others, they may be a very new concept, when viewed as divine laws. Either way, begin to put these laws into practice to see what good fruit they will bear. Pray and visualize that all on earth do the same. For the moment at least, set aside the candles, put the cards back in the box, shelve the crystals and wands, forego numbers, and place the charts back in the drawer. Take time out from rote prayers, mantras, rituals, ceremonies, visualizations, chanting and drumming. Strip naked mentally and emotionally to the depth of your soul, as Moses did, and face God. Have a talk, receive personal inspirations about cosmic laws, and like Moses, write them down. May God bless us all, each and every one. Love in action. Nada Yolanda. I am Nation, Pioneer, Tennessee.